Have you ever wondered why Americans arrive in Singapore and suddenly feel like they've stepped into a different universe? A place where daily habits are so unique, so disciplined, and so polished that they almost feel unreal. Today on infoSphere, we ask a simple but powerful question. What are the 10 shocking Singaporean habits that leave Americans completely speechless in the year 2025? Singapore is not just another modern city, it is a system, a well-oiled machine powered by routines, discipline, culture, and silent rules that many visitors don't fully understand until they experience them. From the unbelievable cleanliness to the lightning-fast efficiency, Americans often find themselves amazed, confused, impressed, and sometimes even embarrassed by how smooth everything is. So buckle up, because what you're about to hear might change the way you see Singapore forever. Extreme cleanliness as a national identity. Americans know clean places, but nothing prepares them for the almost flawless cleanliness of Singapore. Streets look freshly washed. Public toilets shine. Even busy hawker centers feel cleaner than some malls in the United States. The shocking part is not the government enforcement, it's the culture. Singaporeans clean after themselves, avoid littering naturally, and even scold strangers who disrespect shared spaces. To Americans, this feels unbelievable because back home, cleanliness often depends on janitors and city workers. In Singapore, the people take personal responsibility. Even smoking is done only in designated areas, and chewing gum remains restricted, not because of punishment, but because Singaporeans accept these norms. Americans often say it feels like living inside a movie set, where everything is spotless, organized, and respected every hour of the day. This national habit leaves them speechless because it proves something powerful. When a society values order, everyone benefits. Quiet efficiency that works like magic. In the United States, loudness and chaos are normal parts of daily life. But in Singapore, everything works silently, smoothly, and efficiently. Trains arrive on time. Buses follow exact schedules. Government services operate with near-perfect speed. What shocks Americans most is the absence of frustration. There are no long arguments at counters, no shouting, no dramatic customer service scenes, just calm efficiency. Even the immigration process at Changi Airport feels like moving through a futuristic system that knows exactly where you need to be. Singapore's efficiency doesn't happen by accident. It's a habit rooted in discipline, planning, and a culture that hates wasting time. To Americans, this level of organization feels otherworldly, almost too perfect to be real. Respectful silence in public spaces. One of the earliest surprises for American visitors is how quiet Singapore is. Trains are silent, buses are calm, even malls sound peaceful compared to the noise Americans are used to. Singaporeans speak softly, avoid speakerphone conversations, and rarely disturb others. To Americans, who often express themselves openly and loudly, this can feel shocking. Some even say they feel like whispering automatically, because the silence is contagious. This habit comes from a deeper cultural value, respect for personal space. Singaporeans don't invade others' comfort. They understand that shared spaces must feel pleasant for everyone. Americans often tell stories about riding an MRT train during peak hour and hearing nothing except the soft hum of the tracks. Something unimaginable in cities like New York or Los Angeles. The unbelievable queuing culture. Americans are used to rushing, cutting, and sometimes arguing in lines. But Singapore has mastered the art of queuing like no other country. People line up in perfect rows, stand at respectful distances, and wait patiently without complaining. Even without staff supervision, Singaporeans automatically form queues at food stalls, bus stops, escalators, and even elevator lobbies. To Americans, This level of order feels shocking. In the United States, queuing is often chaotic, but Singaporeans seem to queue with pride, as if it's part of their identity. The habit builds fairness, respect, and a stress-free experience that visitors admire instantly. Strict, but respected rules everywhere. Americans sometimes joke that Singapore is the land of rules, but what leaves them speechless is not how many rules exist. It's how willingly everyone follows them. No eating on trains, no littering, no smoking outside assigned areas, no vandalism. Yet Singaporeans obey these rules naturally, without arguing. Americans find it fascinating because back home, rules are often challenged, debated, or ignored. In Singapore, rules feel like a way of life, something that protects the common good. This habit creates a level of harmony and safety that Americans appreciate deeply, even if it surprises them at first. Unmatched multicultural harmony. America is diverse, but Singapore's multicultural coexistence astonishes many visitors. People of different races live together peacefully, share food, celebrate festivals, and respect each other's traditions. There is no loud discrimination, no cultural drama, no constant tension. Singaporeans grow up learning to live harmoniously, and this habit is reflected in everyday interactions. Americans are often shocked by how naturally Singaporeans embrace diversity, not just tolerate it. It is a habit woven into the nation's DNA, and visitors can feel it instantly. Frugal living, despite high income. Americans often assume that high income means big houses, flashy cars, and luxury lifestyles. But Singaporeans shock them with a different habit: smart frugality. Despite earning well, many Singaporeans choose modest spending, save heavily, invest early, and prioritize stability over showing off. They value practicality, durability, and financial security. Americans are surprised by how disciplined Singaporeans are with money. Even young adults think long-term, something rare in the United States. This habit leaves visitors impressed because it explains Singapore's long-term success. The hawker center food culture. Americans expect expensive meals in a wealthy country, but Singapore shocks them with hawker centers. Affordable, delicious, high-quality food served in clean, regulated spaces. The habit of eating at hawker stalls daily amazes Americans. They can't believe how locals trust these places completely, how chefs work with pride, and how every stall follows strict hygiene standards. Singapore's hawker culture proves that great food doesn't need to be expensive, a concept that surprises many Americans who are used to overpriced dining. Tech lifestyle that feels like the future. Singapore lives a decade ahead of many countries. Cashless payments everywhere, automated systems, smart housing, digital government services. Americans often say that visiting Singapore feels like stepping into the future. The habit of using technology for everything, from transport to payments to healthcare, surprises them because it works so smoothly. The United States, despite its innovation, still struggles with outdated systems. Singapore's tech habits leave Americans speechless because it shows what a fully digital society looks like. A deep sense of national responsibility. Perhaps the most shocking habit is how patriotic and responsible Singaporeans are. They take pride in their country, protect its reputation, and respect its institution. Americans notice how Singaporeans speak positively about their home, defend its values, and work hard for its stability. This national responsibility is rare and deeply admired. Visitors often say that Singaporeans behave like shareholders of a company they love, and that is why everything works. So now you know the 10 shocking habits that leave Americans speechless when they visit Singapore in the year 2025. These habits are not random. They are the result of culture, discipline, community values, and a shared belief that a country is only as strong as its people. Singapore may be small, but it stands tall because its citizens choose habits that create order, harmony, and excellence. And that is what truly amazes Americans, a society that works because the people make it work. If you learned something new today, make sure to subscribe to infoSphere for more global insights. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep discovering the world.